Welcome back. Time is short. Let's spend some with the muse. Hello, storytellers and dreamweavers. I'm Scot Noel, the editor of DreamForge Magazine. Have you ever wondered what happens to your story after you hit the submit button? Do you imagine it's like getting graded in school, waiting to see if you earned an A or, heaven forbid, an F? I understand. You want to know if you're getting there, if you're close to making the grade and a sale, and getting your story back feels like failure. Well, today I want to share a little secret with you. Selecting stories for publication isn't like grading papers at all. Not for me. For me, it's more like shopping for jewelry. Imagine walking into a jewelry store. Everywhere you look, there are dazzling gems and intricate designs. Each piece is a testament to the artisan's skill and creativity. But here's the thing, you can't buy them all. So how do you choose? You're selecting based on personal taste, occasion, and who the gift is for. Is it a Christmas present for your spouse, a birthday gift for your niece, or maybe a little something special for yourself? Your choice doesn't mean the other pieces are any less beautiful or valuable. They just aren't a right fit for that moment. Hey, if I'm buying jewelry for myself, it's going to look a lot like Thor's hammer here, Mjolnir, actually on a shoestring, which is never going to break. So that's not going to do if I'm trying to get my wife a Christmas present or my mother-in-law something for her anniversary. You see what I mean? And that's exactly how I approach selecting stories for DreamForge. Out of the 800 submissions we just received in this reading period, I might select about 15 for publication. That's roughly 2%. But here's the catch. That doesn't mean the other 98% aren't any good. Far from it. Let me tell you. In the submission period we've just closed, I sent back a dozen stories or more from pro writers, some of them with enviable careers and awards and honors to their credit that I could only dream of. Do you think they send in stories with a failing grade? Remember, it's not just about the quality. It's about selecting the right fit for the moment. Rejections, or as I prefer to call them, returns, aren't necessarily a reflection of your talent or the quality of your writing. It's often about the fit. Does your story align with the themes we're exploring in the upcoming issue? Does it complement the tone set by other stories we've already accepted? Sometimes I return stories that are exceptionally well written simply because they don't mesh with the particular gestalt we're aiming for. And you know what? Many of those stories find homes in other publications, perhaps without any changes at all. Now, there are stories that don't make it because the writer doesn't have the experience, the practice, or the skill. But it's not usually the place of the editor to help you understand where your weaknesses are and how to improve. Not in a submission context, anyway. Do you know how long it takes to evaluate 800 stories? Almost everyone can benefit from writing courses, workshops, writing support groups, books, classes, and online courses. And for those who can afford it or are lucky enough to find one, a mentor. At DreamForge, we do what we can in helping writers succeed with our Dreamcasters writing group, whose support on Patreon helps us buy more stories. You can find a link to our November 2024 meeting agenda in the description. There are also times when a story might need a bit more polishing, a tweak in dialogue here, a tightening of the plot there. But even then, bringing it up to a professional standard might not result in a sale to us. Not because it's lacking after these revisions, but because it's just not the story we're seeking at that moment. And don't forget, it's a competition too. Which jewel shines the brightest? If I have 3 stories about the protagonist's relationship with a dragon, one of those stories is just going to be better than the other 2. That's just the nature of any endeavor. Your story has to find the moment and the place where it shines brighter than all the ones that are close to it in ideas, theme, characters, and execution. No, we don't look down on the stories we send back. We're always rooting for you. I want you to know how much I appreciate every submission we receive. Each story represents hours of hard work, imagination, and a piece of the writer's soul. It's heartening to see such creativity alive in the world. For those of you who are honing your craft, keep at it. Writing is a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to crafting that perfect gem that catches an editor's eye. And here's the exciting part. If one day your story shines in a way that aligns perfectly with what we're looking for, I'll be just as thrilled to publish it as you are to see it in print. Do all editors feel this way? Probably not. People are people. Reading even part way through hundreds and thousands of submissions is hard, daunting work. Even a job you like can be mind-numbing at times. It's not hard to see why the term slush pile got coined to describe wading through an unending sea of manuscripts in search of the ones you want to publish next. It's easy to lose track of people's dreams and just think of everything that doesn't delight you as crap. And for some editors, that's their emotional response. We're all human. But you can't control that. You can only attempt to manage your own journey and your own emotional responses. So keep writing, keep dreaming. Remember, whether the world sees your stories or not, if you're a writer, you need them. Let your stories nourish your soul and provide solace in times of struggle. That's what stories have been doing since the beginning of our species. Hey, thank you for joining me today. If you found this insight helpful, give us a thumbs up, share it with your fellow writers, and don't forget to subscribe for more behind-the-scenes looks into the world of publishing. Happy writing!